Hi, I'm Nico from The Authentic Desire, and in this video series, The Sexually Empowered Entrepreneur, I teach you, high profile entrepreneur, how to have sensational sex, build monumental love, and make more money. And in this video of this series, this fourth video, I will explain to you why potential in a partner often leads to heartbreak. Now, to make it clear, I'm not talking about potential that you see in a partner that is already there. In other words, you see a partner, you start to get to know him, and you see signs that this is already the person that, well, can fulfill your needs. But what I'm talking about is one of the things that makes you such an empowered person, such a powerful entrepreneur, that is that you can see potential in a project, potential in a person, so you know that you can help the other person grow into the person that they could be. But if you do that, it has a bunch of negative consequences, and you're actually setting yourself up for real painful heartbreak. A heartbreak where you feel you have given everything that you have got, and now you're there when they are filled with everything you have given them and they leave. Why? I will explain you in this video. Now, what a lot of high level entrepreneurs have is they meet a person and they see they haven't gotten it all figured out yet, but they see so much potential. They could be a great artist or an absolute master in his field of sports or whatever, or in business, whatever. You see the potential that they could be. You feel their love. You feel, for example, that they're absolutely amazing in sex, but their communication needs some tweaks. And so what happens is, a lot of us, we say, well, I will wait till they grow into the person I know they can be. But, and very often, close to that, we will get a mission. You see this potential, and what happens is you want to help them grow because you know the kind of person they can grow into, and so you have a mission. I will help them grow into who they could be and more. Now, so you think I will help them grow, and you give everything. You give your soul, you give your heart, you give your attention, you give your time, and that is all very valuable. And what is more, you give your love. And in your eyes, you're doing everything you can to make them grow, to make them feel absolutely fantastic. However, the problem is that you get a kind of a parental-child relationship, and that is not healthy in a relationship. When you have a power distribution that is highly unequal, you always have it a little bit, but if it's very clear of I tell you what to change and how to change it, I'll give you the steps that you can go through, and then at the end of it you will be a better person. But without telling them with words, you're actually showing them, well, you are not enough for me yet. And this, of course, is not a very inspiring way to build a relationship. And so you get in your partner a bunch of negative consequences. First of all, they will feel rejected because you don't accept them like they are right now. No, you only accept them because they could grow into something else. Second of all, this will create some higher insecurity because they will fail. They will, for example, if you know that they could become a great communicator and a beautiful, sensitive lover, but if they still have those old communication patterns that are ingrained in our subconscious mind, they will slip up, and then you will be angry because you expect something else from him, and you know he can do better. He should do better, but it's with anger because you are not getting what you need from your partner. You're not getting what you expect from your partner, and so this pushes down confidence. And when confidence gets hit, when we get hit in our ego, when we get hit in our little hearts, resentment will grow. And very often, if you really have that power differential, then it will not come across immediately. No, will be pushed away, and it will go and do its thing in sneaky ways, in passive aggressive ways. They will start to sabotage your relationship. They will start to hurt you, but in a passive aggressive way, mostly not straightforward. Well, mostly. And what is more, if then at a certain moment you have insulted them or rejected them to their feeling enough, they will explode into an emotional outburst that can hurt your feelings so deep, and they think, why am I doing this? Why am I absolutely giving everything and I just get this shit again? And what is more, you will have a higher chance that your partner will start to cheat on you. Why? You say, why? I give him everything I have got. I even help him or her to become a better lover, for example. Now, well, because they don't feel accepted by you like they are, and so they feel their confidence is crumbling. And very often what we will try to do then, even if we love you, or if he or she loves you very much, they will try to compensate this lack of confidence, and they will find it very often somewhere else with somebody that supports them. And what often happens then is then they will leave you because they don't want to hear that so much. They don't want to be criticized all the time. However, in other cases, that person loves you deeply, and so they cheat to kick up their self-confidence in the hope they grow into the person you see in them. But they feel that they just need that little release, that little confidence boost to be able to, well, stand next to you. It's a bit controversial, this position, but it's very often the case. Now, for you, of course, it's also not, well, heaven, because you very often will become very frustrated. You tell them what to do, how to do it, and or tell her what to do and how to do it, and they just don't do it, or they do it for a while and then they fall back in those old behaviors, in those old patterns. And so you give so much, you try to help them with all you have got, but they seem to be irritated when you do that, and more and more and more. The more you help, the more they get angry with you. Now, this of course will cause you to feel really unappreciated, exhausted, frustrated, and also resentful, and that's also not such a good underlying tone for your relationship. What is more, very often you will get into a nagging fit where you are preaching how your partner should be. Now, that of course again gets that cycle where they will feel worse, and if you feel worse, if you feel criticized, very often you get into this kind of negative cycle. So research has shown that if you have a ratio of 3 to 5 positive experiences against 1, then in that moment what will happen is that that you will get a positive spiral, but under 3 to 1 ratio you get a downward spiral. I'm going to check if I'm still online, because yes, it's going good today. And that's of course very destructive. You're in the negative cycle. The more you criticize, the more you try to help them, the more negative experiences they have, and the less their nervous system is ready to find solutions for problems, to do what they want to do but are hard to. It's much harder than when you're in this negative cycle. You are surviving, and when you're surviving, our conscious brain may want to do something, but when you're in survival mode, in fight or flight, in fight, flight or freeze, in the sympathetic activation, your automated patterns, your subconscious will take over. And so it's not their fault that the more you complain, the worse it seems to get. That's often the case. Why? Because they get so many negative experiences that, well, they will lash out, or they will feel so bad and unconfident, and then people stop growing. Now, so very often a lot of words that you hear in these interactions is should, could, have to, must, cannot, always, never. All these words are very, well, destructive and painful. and they are inherent in judgment. What your partner will feel is that they will be judged by you, that you are judging them all the time, which of course is not nice. If you come home and you hear those criticisms in your eyes, help, well, it's very frustrating. And so what often happens, like in most parental-child relationships, well, what will happen if you grow up? Suppose for a reason that the person stays, that they say, okay, they're right, I have to grow, and then they start to grow, they start to follow the path you laid out for them. Now what will happen then when they grow up, when they finally are there, when they have become the person you always knew they could be, chances are very high that they will leave your ass. Why? Because a parent will always be left alone. When a child grows up, becomes an adult, then they want to stand on their own 2 feet. And so the link that they had with you as a parental role comes true, and they will go away and find a partner that accepts them for who they are right now. And well, it will be much easier because you have helped them grow. And then you stay behind alone, heartbroken, empty because you have given so much. Now, I hear you say, yeah, but what if they have a lot of potential? Like, people are not perfect. Should I wait for a perfect person? Of course not. However, there's a big difference in wanting your partner to change and demanding your partner to change. There's a difference in between taking the parental role, in other words, giving a path through which they can grow, helping them by giving them orders, by giving them jobs to do how to grow, then inviting them to grow and allowing them to take their own path. And if they ask, then you can provide some feedback. But when you invite, then we are much more inspired to do so. Because if we don't feel forced to do something, then we feel motivated from ourselves, from intrinsic motivation to change, to transform. But if you, and I speak out of experience, if you tell me how to change, even if I know it will be better for me in that way, if you tell me it with the pointing finger, I will do absolutely the opposite. Because, well, I'm a bit disagreeable, but most people have it. Do you want to be told what to do, or do you want to decide what to do yourself? So, the key of the lesson is, if you see somebody with potential, but that is not at all yet the kind of partner that you want, I would advise you to keep looking. And if you really feel so attracted to this person, and you really know that they can grow, then invite them instead of to tell them how and when to grow. Thank you. So if you like this video, please share, and tomorrow I will create a video in which I explain to you why the intimate relationship is a performance. And it might sound a bit weird, but I will tell you why, and I'm very sure that you will follow me. And in other words, improving your relationships will improve your performance and your capabilities to perform on a higher level. But that's for tomorrow.